All right, so we here with L. Where we at right now?
Right now, we're considered to be like we're in an area, past K&A. We just got to Frankfurt and Allegheny, and technically we're on Amber and Allegheny.
Right.
This specific area right here, this used to be a really, really high, high level drug place where people will come use, prostitutes, everything, the whole 9 yards. But as you can see, it's a wasteland now. There's nothing here.
Now, did it look like this back then, or it was clean? Like, how did this lot look right here?
The lot looked like it was a lot, but it wasn't dirty with tires and trash. It was people and drinking and coolers and music.
It was chilling, really.
Right. It was good.
Right.
And then it was it's funny because we're going to talk about that as well, but it was around the time, I don't mean to be racist, but it was around the time when the Puerto Ricans started to take over the Kensington area and stuff like that, when things started to become more aggressive.
Right.
And I'm not going to say his name for protection reasons, but the owner of this area, one day he came out here with his family, and his son got hit by the crossfire. His son was only 8 years old. And he vowed never to bring his family out here. And one day he was in a rush and he had to stop here, so he was like, you know what, let me hurry up, come go.
Right.
And it just so happened that it only takes one time.
Right.
And it took his son and it took this place with him.
Damn. And so the whole thing was just shut down. So where's he at now?
I mean, now there's room. I mean, like with every legend that, goes away without being, without saying anything, like Tupac is in Cuba. And
Right.
There's a bunch of stories, but mainly they say he's in Jersey. I hear AC. I hear Florida.
But he never got booked. He never
got booked. I never heard anything of him getting locked up, of him getting injured. Never heard of the game coming back to bite him in the ass.
Okay. How did this area get taken over by Spanish? Like Latinos just start running it, right? Because they still run it, or they don't.
Yes, to an extent. It's like, it's different. It's like what you see now is like, because it's not the same thing as before. Back then, you see, you had heroin, you had those real drugs.
Right.
You had heroin, you had cocaine, you had those, I remember my mom making a comment once. If you wanted to get high, you minimum had to spend $50.
Right.
Like now, you spend $5.
Right. Yeah.
Shit, you spend $1 on a K2 stick and get higher than what you would do if you shoot a bag of dope.
Right, that's crazy.
So it's scary. It's insane. So it's a whole new era. So it's like we don't know who's in charge right now.
Right.
That's why there's so much chaos. That's why there's so much problems. That's why there's so much unorder, because of the simple fact that there's no one in control. There's no one putting the rules down. There's no one showing respect.
Yeah.
So we have chaos. But with every origin, this place didn't even start with the Puerto Ricans or the blacks or the Italians, bro.
Right.
This place started with the Irish.
Word.
Kensington was ran by the Irish. K&A gang, getting dotted, all of that shit was Irish.
Now what's getting dotted?
Getting dotted, from what I understand, is, you see, that's an Irish thing. I'm not Irish, so I don't really understand it.
Right.
But getting dotted is as if like in the mafia, when you would become made.
Oh, okay.
So getting dotted would be the same thing as if you were becoming a made man.
Right. Okay.
But in the same rules, the same way as with Irish people, in order to get dotted, you need to be full Irish.
Right.
In order to become a made man, you need to be full Italian.
Yeah.
See, me, I can never become a made man.
Right.
No matter how hard I try, I can never become a Don. I can never become a Capo. I can't become none of that.
Right.
My rank will always stay associate.
Right.
But because of who I am, and because of who I'm related to, and because of the connections that I have, technically, I can surpass that.
Right.
But that I can surpass it just, verbally and by eye to eye, not technically and on paperwork.
Right, I got you. All right, so they was running it. Now, when they was running it, were they was selling drugs the same way? Like, it was the same type of deal?
In the beginning, like with the Italians, in the beginning there was no drugs.
Right.
It was just, we came over here, we needed help as immigrants.
Right.
They didn't want to help us, so we decided to help ourselves.
Right. Okay, I got you.
Any means necessary. And when I say ourselves, I mean, obviously the Irish, the Italians, the blacks, Ricans, the minority.
Yeah.
So the same story as with the Bloods and the Crips. They created it to police the neighborhood.
Right.
They created it to support the neighborhood.
Right.
But think about it this way. How the hell are you going to create something to support the neighborhood when you're already struggling in yourself?
Yeah.
So all their anger and frustration became the neighborhood's anger and frustration.
I got you.
So now it's not longer K&A. It's whoever runs K&A.
Right.
So if he's feeling good, K&A's feeling good.
Right.
If he's feeling fucked up, K&A's feeling fucked up.
Yeah.
That's where things went bad.
Okay. So did that cause them to start I guess losing the position that they had, like the control that they had to, let's say, Latinos? Like, how'd that happen? Latinos just started moving in, because you know how South Philly still, parts of South Philly, you still can't,
right?
Like the Italians, they got it locked up, certain parts. So what happened as far as the Irish is concerned?
Right. All right. Well, see, to answer that, that's an easy answer. It's like, for example, the Scarface movie.
Right.
Scarface is named after Tony Montana. It's about Tony Montana. Everything is about him. But who's the boss of that film? Who's the actual real boss? Alejandro Sosa.
Right.
The guy he was working for. How many times did we see him in that movie? Probably 2 or 3 times.
Right.
But he held the most power.
Exactly.
So in all reality, did the Irish really give up K&A?
Yeah,
or did they give, the face to somebody else because
right,
they were getting too much attention? Nobody knows.
Right.
But for right now, the way how it looks, the Puerto Ricans run this shit.
And that been that way for a long time, right? So now I was told that, Kensington and Clearfield, or Gin Clearfield, whatever you want to call it, that it's like, I guess, so much chaos there because there's X amount of packages there. Like, it's not one crew running the block, right. And so they all fighting for the same territory instead of, I guess, back, like, for example, you might have this block, I got this block. If you popping more over there, then we're gonna go to war to try to take the block.
Right.
But we ain't hustling at the same time on the block. It don't work like that.
Exactly.
So that's what it is?
I don't think so. Not necessarily. Listen, that block that's brand new, honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, that's brand new. Never been on a block where, like, literally on that block, if you work there, you can go, hold up, give me 20 minutes, I need to go make my rent. And if you work for 20 minutes, you can make your rent. Like, I never seen, like, the profit there is $100. It ain't $10, it ain't $20. The profit there is $100. They give you 10 bundles at a time. Why? Because it moves so fast, bro.
How, now, you saying make your rent, that's paying to stay in that spot that you moving on? Okay. So,
there's always an owner of the material, and then there's an owner of the block.
Right.
And then the owner of the block 9 times out of 10 doesn't want to put material out there because he doesn't need to. He can have somebody else pay him for putting their material out there.
Okay. All right. So pretty much at this point in time, like the police just let it go on. Like, how long has it been since the law just let them rock?
I've noticed, it's not letting them rock. Is that, like, with the pandemic thing going on, with the COVID-19 thing going on, like, this world is in a state where it has never been before.
Right.
And with any form of change, it's hard to handle because we can't accept things we don't understand.
Right.
We get scared of that. So right now, they don't know how to handle that. They don't know how to handle the fact that back then, it used to, like, not even 5 years ago, a fiend will be scared to walk with one bag of dope out in the street.
Right.
And now he don't give a fuck. He's shooting himself in the neck in the
corner.
course. The reason why is because laws have been passed, and it's crazy that the normal person won't know, because it has nothing to do with the normal person, which I don't think, you know, that should be a reason why you don't tell the normal person. But there has been laws that have been passed that you can't arrest us anymore over shit like that.
Right.
You can't fucking get us over drug paraphernalia like that. Like right now, Prevention Point gave us a card now that allows us to walk around with syringes.
Okay.
So,
right.
like,
Yeah, you used to get arrested for that.
Right. You can. You used to get arrested for all that stuff. And back then it was like, you know, they didn't give a fuck. But now people are getting, like, police are getting arrested for doing shit now.
Right.
So it's like people are no longer accepting. They're not accepting just an answer. They want proof. They want evidence.
Right.
They want everything. They want to know the whole nine. So it's like me growing up being who I am, being related to who I was related to, basically being the Prince of South Philly, is like I never had to struggle through that.
Right.
Like once they type in my once I tell them my last name, they hesitate.
Right.
And you know, like
up here.
Yeah, anywhere, honestly, in Philadelphia. Shit, in Wilkes-Barre, when I got arrested for those 96 grams of methamphetamines, I just didn't get convicted because they arrested me incorrectly. That shit was crazy. But I'm all the way up in Wilkes-Barre, and I'm still known out there.
Right.
I'm known, and I don't even know that shit.
It seems like you could pretty much do anything now in Kensington, maybe minus shooting somebody or, you know, hitting somebody with the car or whatever. Like,
I'm pretty sure you can do that, bro. We've been blowing up ATMs and fucking looting everything and all that stuff. Like, people think that these businesses remained closed because they sold out or because of the COVID-19.
They're destroyed,
nah,
right?
they don't want to fucking work out here. They don't want to put their business out here. Why? What money they're making?
Now,
eat at a restaurant, walk out, you walk into somebody shooting up, blood all leaking everywhere and everything like that. You don't want to eat there.
That's true.
Even me, bro. You think I don't even want to get high the way I get high. The reason why I do is because, like, you know, fucking I met a girl and all of that. That's a story for another day. But like, I can say that I'm still blessed. I still have a chance. Why? Because I got a 5 in my pocket, and it's not going to drugs. You know? Like, I'm hungry and shit like that. I can still buy. I still have my, you know, I still got my humanity.
Right.
But this place does take your humanity away, man.
Yeah. And real quick, you were talking about the laws. I want to talk more about the laws on the next episode, but I remember reading an article online. It might have been the Inquirer, Daily News, or something, where they were talking about, you know, being able to kind of be able to sell drugs and to use them like out in the open since the Kensington Strangler, the young boy, the black boy.
Yeah.
And they said they was. Yeah, he was what?
He was a little mental, yeah.
Yeah, they said they was busting into the cops busting in bandos or whatever. You know what I mean? Searching, like they was running through searching everybody, and something happened where they decided to, I guess, allow it to be like a open market or something, kind of.
It's like an open black market, yeah. I mean, like, in our reality, they make more arrests that way.
Yeah.
They get more done that way because it's out in the open. You're gonna slip up, get comfortable, slip up and shit like that. But you know, it's change.
Right.
It's change.
All right. So yeah, we're going to get out of here. We see y'all on episode 2.